Hi everyone, bienvenidos a mi canal. Welcome back to the channel. So today's video is going to be a review on the Marc Jacobs See-quins Glam Glitter Eyeshadows. So this is pretty much the look that I came up with. Very pretty neutral colors. So we are going to be using the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. And we're going to be taking first this shade. I forgot what the shade name is, but I do use it practically in all my videos. I love this eyeshadow palette, especially these colors. So we're just going to go ahead and put this in our crease, and then we're going to build it up. So you guys can just go ahead and build this as intense as you want. I actually really like this shade, so I try to build it up as much as I can. So next we're going to mix orange soda and burnt orange from the Soft Glam palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills to just go ahead and diffuse that first color that we laid on the lid. So for this video, I did really want to go ahead and keep my eyes as round as possible, which is why I really wasn't extending the eyeshadow any further than like the 3/4 of our eyebrow. So I just really try to go inward instead of like diffusing it out, if that makes any sense. But then we're gonna go ahead and take Into It with this little palette I built from MAC, and we're gonna start putting that into our crease. So I did go ahead and cut my crease off of camera and then just diffuse that. And then we're gonna first take this Marc Jacobs Glam Glitter eyeshadow in the color, I believe is Glam Girl. And this is more like a bronzy color. It is a lot chunkier than the Tarte Shape Tape one. Not Tarte Shape Tape. The Tarte ones that I do use, which come in that chrome paint pot, I think they're called. But I mean, once they're blended out, they're so pretty. It's just that my eye is not as big for it to be diffused like that, if that makes any sense. But I don't know, you guys will see. So this is the second color. This one is called Flashlight, and this is more like a white silver kind of color, but this one is a lot more chunkier. So you really have to like diffuse that, blend it. Which, like I said, on the eyes is kind of like impossible because your lid space is not as big as your arm or your hand that you're going to be swatching, you know. So you guys will see right here, it's very pigmented, but you do have to kind of like really blend it out, because you start to get your eyeshadow looking very chunky. Like there, it starts to like crease in a different way. I don't know, it's weird, but I decided to go ahead and take a brush instead. And then here I'm going to be showing you guys how chunky it is. So that's the reason why they have that stomper, so you could really press it in back again. But it is chunky. It's not one of my favorites. I would rather use the Tarte ones that I always use, because they are a lot less messier as well. So these two come in 6 shades. I believe on the Marc Jacobs website they only have 4 shades available. But on the Sephora, where I purchased it in Sephora in store, they do have 6 shades, and they do retail for $28 USD. So like you guys can see, like once you start to diffuse it, it does look very pretty, but it does have a lot of fallout. Like I found I had more fallout with the color Flashlight than I had with Glam Girl, which is what the other shade is called, the more bronzy goldy one. But either way, they're very reflective, very, very pretty. So here I went ahead and just added a little bit more of Gleam Glow, just to go ahead and give it a little bit more dimension. So here is the eye. As you guys can see, it's very pretty. You do have to work it in though, but I do definitely feel it gets a lot more chunkier than the Tarte ones that I have used in the past. So you know, it's just personal preference, but they are very pretty indeed. It's just, like I said, personal preference. If you don't mind working a little bit more extra just to go ahead and get that payoff, then by all means, you know, I do really recommend them. But see, like you can see, sometimes it gets a little bit more chunkier in some areas, so you really have to diffuse that. If not, your eyelid looks weird. I don't know, but like you guys can see right there, it's like really, really chunky. And then you just kind of want to go ahead and pat that other shadow in there just to go ahead and diffuse it out a little bit so it looks seamless, not really have like a harsh line. So as you guys can see, I do have some fallout. Nothing major, you know, it is a light color, so I really don't wipe it off. You know, I just go ahead and use my moisturizer and kind of like take off what I can, and when I can't, I'll just leave it there. But we did use Tatcha for our base, and then we are mixing our NARS foundation with the Maybelline one, and then just going ahead and mixing those two, and then placing them and diffusing them out with our beauty blender. So for concealer, we're using the Tarte Shape Tape, and then I mixed light sand and light neutral and added that under our eyes, the bridge of our nose, Cupid's bow, forehead, and chin. Chin, chin, chin. To set our face, we're just going to go ahead and use the Laura Mercier powder and then the ColourPop No Filter Setting Powder. And then pretty much just putting that all over our face. For bronzer, as usual, we're using our MAC Next to Nothing powder. And then just putting that in our temples, our cheeks, and then a little bit under our chin, our jawline. And for blush, we are using Infatuation from Makeup Geek and mixing it with a little bit of Melba from MAC. So for Heather, we are taking Soul Mate or Soulmate from the collab with Dose of Colors and I Love Sarai, which is one of my favorite highlighters. It's very, very pretty, very reflective, very glowy. So for lip liner, we're going to be using this lip liner from Morphe, which is called Love Bite, and it's another very neutral, very nude color, which I really like. I mean, you can't really find the perfect nudes, but I feel like Morphe has like a lot of nudes, a lot of different colors you guys can use. I mean, I'm sure you guys can find your right shade. Then for our lip color, we are going to be taking Burnt Spice from MAC. It's like a liquid lipstick, but it's a lot more creamier. It's not as drying, so I really like these as well. And this is actually one of my favorite doe foot applicators, just because it does have a pointed tip, so you can really get into that little areas, you know, especially around your cupid's bow. Like, you could really shape it perfectly. Next, we're gonna go ahead and take Morphe's liquid lipstick in the name or shade Virgin, which you can't see, but it actually has like this frosted packaging. But I just wanted to go ahead and put that in the center, kind of just to give us a little bit more dimension and make the lips look a little bit more bigger. So next, taking this lip gloss again from Morphe. This one is in the name Boho or shade Boho, which you can't see. And this one has more like a shiny packaging, which I think that's the way you can tell if it's a liquid lipstick or a gloss. So then again, just going ahead and putting that all over our lips. So yeah, this is pretty much the whole look, you guys. I hope you guys really like this review. By the way, these lashes are from Depth Beauty. They're called Fluff It Up Sis. I really don't mention lashes because once I'm done using them, I'll just go ahead and throw them into like a container, and then I'll go ahead and reuse them like that. But I will start mentioning them. And yeah, I mean, if you really like the review, go ahead and like, comment down below. Don't forget to press that subscribe button if you guys enjoy my videos, and then I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.